Okay, this is the final step in the Starry Night. If you went ahead and painted your background sky and you are ready to go, it's dry, you're going to need a black rectangle piece of paper that is smaller in height than your regular paper. And in the classroom, I will provide this for you. If you're practicing this at home, you can just eyeball it and get one that's approximately the right size. You need a white crayon. You need a pair of scissors, and you're going to need some glue. Okay, so I'm going to use a glue stick. Okay. So at any point, if you need to pause and catch up or rewind, feel free to do so. And if you are not at this step, then go back and watch the links that show how to get to this step. So for this step, we're going to move this out of the way, and we're only going to draw on one side of this. So when we painted this, we showed contrast, right? So we're showing lights against darks. That's why we used those light value colors. So now we're going to work on the silhouette. The silhouette. Okay? So for the silhouette, we need, let me just leave this here so you can just see this word while we're working. So you need a white crayon, and you're going to draw a house and a tree and some grass. So we're going to start with some grass, and we're not going to draw it down here. And everything that we draw, we're going to have to cut. So be aware of that. If you draw a million teeny little skinny blades of grass, you're going to have to cut those out. But you also don't want to draw them like they're big mountains. So approximately halfway. So if I cut this thing in half, approximately halfway, I'm going to draw some grass. And I'm not going to make my blades all look the same, because that would be boring. I want to use unity and variety. They're all grass, but they're all different heights. And look, it even slopes up a little bit. Over here, we're going to draw a house, and it needs to go all the way to the top. So we start by drawing a rectangle, and then we draw a triangle on top. You can draw it like that, or you can have it overhang. I like to have mine overhang. So I'm going to draw a triangle on top. We're not going to draw a house and windows and all that stuff, or a door and windows, because none of that's going to show up, because this is a silhouette. Silhouette is when you look outside your window at night and it's super dark and you see the edge of things, but you can't see the details in the things. Now we're going to move over on this side, and we're going to draw a tree. And we're not going to draw a lollipop tree that's like this perfect little round circle. We're going to give it some nice shape all the way to the top of the paper. Then we cut. We have to cut this in one piece. So that means cut, stop, up, around, down, cut, stop, up, around, down, cut. So if we cut this in one piece, then we know we follow directions, one piece. Okay, so don't cut this into a puzzle. It's going to be very hard to figure out how to glue it back together. So you'll notice when I cut, I move the paper, not the scissors. Cut this slowly and carefully. Oh, Miss Lyric, you're not going slowly and carefully. Yes, I know. I have been cutting lots and lots for a long time. And so I can cut faster than most of my students, probably all of my students. So, gotta make sure you're cutting on the line. Slowly and carefully. So when I say slowly and carefully, I'm going carefully, but I'm not going slowly, because like I just said, I've been cutting a long time. But for you, that means like this. Slowly and carefully. Okay? So you want to stay on the line. You know you're going slowly and carefully when you're right on the line. If you're not, and you're just getting out of control, like a speeding race car, slow down. Because we do not want to make any errors. Now you're practicing this at home, so that's okay. It's good to practice. If you make an error, it's not on your final, but at school, that's our final. We don't want to make any errors. Remember, an error is a mistake when we are not paying attention to what we're doing. Some errors can be fixed. Some we just have to start over. So when you're done cutting, and how are you cutting again? Slowly and carefully. Then you want to put your glue on the side of the crayon. So you want to put glue on the side of the crayon, and you want to just glue, glue, glue. And then you glue it down on top of your Starry Night. That's your silhouette, okay? If you put the glue on this side and you glue this down, does that look as good? No, because we can see what we've drawn. But if you want people to really see that you have given your time and your care in your art, put the glue on this side. Glue goes on the white side. So you glue all of this. So we glue it down, and then you sign your name. In school, you are going to use a silver Sharpie. But at home, you can use a white crayon. And there is your Starry Night silhouette that shows contrast.